Everest has this game that she likes to buy on her iPad. It's called Toka. Since she was like 5 years old, she can't buy anything without asking, ever, ever, ever. And she's a rules follower. So she'll come in and say, Mom, can I buy, it's called a place, because you build a house or a store or what have you. So I said, how much is it? And when she was very young, she'd say, .99. I said, 99 cents. I said, let me think about it. I take a minute, go back to her and say, yes, you can get that. Next time she comes to me, she says, I want to buy a place. I said, how much is it? She says, 2.99. I was like, I have to ask Baba. Baba is dad.
Dad, yes.
So I'm helping her to see. She's like, oh, I said, that's more expensive.
Yes.
I said, I have to ask Baba. So she understands that. I go back because I don't want her to get anything instant. Even though I know 99 cents is not a lot, but instant gratification, I'm trying to manage and patience. So I said, I have to ask
This is a
Baba.
child who could have anything she wanted.
Correct.
In the
And
world.
$2.99 for any of us is like a no-brainer. But I was like, no. And it's not manufactured, but it's just letting her to be thoughtful and deliberate about what you spend. So the last time she comes and she says, I want to watch a movie. And I said, okay. So we went to turn on the show. It was an animated film and it was $15.99. This is Everest's reaction. This is ridiculous. She's like, blown. She thinks this is the biggest number she's ever. She's like, Mom, this is so expensive. And I said, well, Everest, you'll probably watch it multiple times. It's like a toy. And I said, I think it'll be a good investment, but I'm still going to talk to Baba about it.
Wow.
So that she sees we collaborate on money.
This is Mellody Hobson. She lives in the world of investing and finance. So she's one of the gurus. And I get the overall point that she's trying to make here as she walks us through the story. Well, us and Oprah through the story about her finances and how she's trying to teach her daughter to be mindful about money and money management. But I definitely want to break down the interaction that she just explained to us because there is a lot happening here. So at first, the little girl is asking her mom about a 99-cent purchase, probably in a game or something. And Mellody says yes, no hesitation. And we see that play out. But then we see the little girl come back another time and ask her mom about a purchase for a $2.99, maybe add-on or something like that. But then we see Mellody say she has to check with Baba. And look, I get what she probably meant to teach here, like bigger purchases require more thought, more discussion, totally valid. But here's the catch. She didn't explain any of that to her daughter, or at least she didn't tell us that she explained any of that to her daughter. So instead, what I think is that little girl could walk away learning a couple of things, not so good things. One, mom can approve of small purchases, but dad has to come in and have the final say about bigger purchases. Two, if it costs too much, mom doesn't really make decisions on that. And then three, over time, why even bother asking mom if it has to do with big purchases? Might as well just go straight to dad because he's the decision maker. Now, mom, Mellody Hobson, probably didn't mean anything by it. She's literally just meant that bigger purchases require discussions. Got it. Totally valid. But the way she phrased it, the way it played out, it subtly enforces a dynamic where one parent has the real financial authority. And if that goes unchecked, that little kid might grow up to think that she needs someone else's permission to make money decisions too. We all know everything starts from childhood, everything. And what happens to you in your childhood stays with you in adulthood. Now, that is not just something that you tell the therapist. It's something that is real and present in your financial walk as well. Kids watch the dynamics. They watch your dynamics. They watch your dynamics with your partner. They watch a neighbor's dynamics. They watch a friend's dynamics. They watch another friend's family's dynamics, and it stays with them into adulthood. And later on, they might not even know why they're hesitating to make big financial moves without checking with someone first. It's not about whether Mellody or the mom in this scenario personally needed or wanted to check with Baba before making a decision. I mean, really, that's her business. But without context, her daughter could be absorbing some of these outdated or limiting beliefs that big money decisions aren't hers to make. So here's what I want parents to be mindful of and to do this instead of what we just saw. The first thing is narrate the thought process. So instead of saying, we need to ask Baba, explain why different purchases or different, price tags require more consideration. Maybe say something like, this one costs more. So we need to think about if we really need it, think about if it fits into our plans right now. Or say, since this is a bigger purchase, we need to really discuss this as a family. Whatever the thought process is regarding how you're making this financial decision, explain it. That little small shift makes a huge difference. And and listen, before you go judging me, just know that I'm not blaming Mellody for this. Again, she is the guru. We love her, but it just sparked something in me to talk about it, because this is about how deep lessons get into our children without us even realizing it. That's my point. So much of our money mindset is shaped subconsciously by what you're seeing growing up, and if we don't pause to question those patterns and what we're saying, we might find ourselves carrying financial beliefs that were really never ours to begin with. So they were our parents, but then they become ours. And if we don't change or correct them, if they're not serving us, then they go on to our children. Tell me what you think. Have you ever caught yourself repeating a money habit from childhood that you didn't even realize was there? Or do you think that I'm reading too much into this video with Mellody Hobson and her wonderful moment with her daughter? Drop a comment and let me know. And remember that. And one last thing, remember that all of these videos are meant to be for education. Remember that all of these videos are meant to be for educational purposes only. Till next time.